Could you all introduce yourselves?
I'm Logan, I'm in grade 12.
I'm Michael, grade 12.
I'm Walker, I'm in grade 12.
What was the most surprising challenge that the team encountered this season?
The most surprising challenge that we faced was just getting the ROV to drive in a straight line. So because of the shape and the frame of our ROV, we had to mount the claw way off to one side so that it doesn't get in the way of the vertical motor. But because of that, that puts a lot of extra drag on that side as well, which causes the whole ROV to turn.
So how did you go about solving this challenge?
So I was the lead designer for the claw, and so I was in charge of revising the mounting system for it. And instead of having a part that wrapped around the lower part of the frame and then extended the whole thing off to one side, we devised a mounting system that instead inserted into the pipe at the bottom of the frame, and that allowed the claw to be centered, which fixed the turning problem.
So after centering the claw, we then had to fix the buoyancy. So that involved moving the front float to the center, as it no longer needed to counteract the drag of the claw.
After testing this new design, we found that it wasn't pitching as much as we wanted it to. During the regional, we found it effective to be able to pitch up and down while moving forward at the same time. So we wanted to bring this back.
So in order to fix this problem, we experimented the placement of the float in order to find a solution.
What was the team goal this season, and how did each of you contribute to it?
And so our overall goal was to vastly improve on our performance in previous years, and we all had our hand in that in some way.
Yeah, well, I was in charge of designing our propeller shroud that would increase their motor efficiency and provide protection for the propellers at the same time. To do this, I conducted research and developed a method in which to test them, which would just measure the flow rate produced by the shrouds. After testing multiple designs, I produced a shroud that would outperform previous years.
And so for me, this year, I wanted to make a claw that was effective, simple, and really reliable. In previous years, I designed manipulators for our ROVs, and while they worked, they were all really lacking in one way or another. Most of the time, they were just unreliable and really prone to breaking easily. So it was very satisfying this year when I succeeded in making a claw that so far has been very effective and reliable.
So to improve from last year, I designed a frame that would reduce the size and weight of the ROV from the previous years. So consisting of one vertical post and one horizontal post connected with the T-connector, this design change allowed us for an increase in speed while also reducing the amount of material that we used.
What are some of your takeaways from this season?
And so even though our team has had a lot of experience in Seaperch previously, there's still a lot that we learned this year. So for me at least, the main thing that I learned was the value of all of the little tedious steps in the engineering design process. So like planning stuff out far in advance and like testing things and writing stuff down more methodically. So we paid a lot more attention to those steps this year, and that really helped us get working versions of the ROV made a lot faster. And so yeah, really thinking and planning stuff out in advance meant that we didn't go through as many steps of trial and error.
As you said previously, we had a large focus on improvement this season. I learned new skills and did more thorough research in order to achieve this goal. Using CFD, or computational fluid dynamics, proved to be useful as it would allow us to test designs quickly, while the extensive research that I did gave us ideas for those designs.
So looking back on this season, communication is one of the most important aspects of working in a team. So communicating efficiently helped resolve many of the issues that we encountered much quicker than had we not been communicating.
And I think that's it. That's all the time we have. I think that will do.